listening and watching. My name is Tiffany, and this is the Word Genetics Podcast. Today's episode is entitled A Cheap Click at What Cost? Join me as we dive into the subject of social media and its impact on modern society. With me, I have 5 wonderful guests. I have Melody.
Hi everyone, I'm Melody.
Next is Giraldi.
Hello, glad to be here.
We have Nicole. Hi. Carla. Hi. And Brian.
Hi everyone, I'm Brian.
So our generation clearly has a huge dependence on social media in general. And we've come to really value likes and comments and follows and stuff like that for validation. I just want to ask you guys, how do you personally react to feedback on social media? When people comment on your post, like, how do you feel?
I guess happy. I'm just like, oh, they think I look good. I mean, personally, I know that I wait for like comments and likes. Because like I know that every time I post something, I get off the app and then I wait for the notifications to roll in. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm just like that.
Like all the likes.
Yeah, I see all the likes and then I'm like, can I at least get one comment? Like one comment, right? Which is really bad, but that's just, I guess, our society now, where we kind of wait for comments because comments and likes to us is validation.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
And a lot of us, we're looking for validation. That's kind of almost the whole point. Like, we post so that we can feel, that little,
Haven't posted in a while. Haven't posted in a while.
yeah. Even if we don't post in a long time, like, I don't post that often. I post like once, and then it takes me years to finally click like the actual button to like post. And it's kind of a bridge to judgment because we go on these platforms to judge other people or to be judged, even if we don't think of it like that. We're so judgmental, and it just brings room to judgment, and then we come to the real world and that stigma is still with us even when we face each other.
I feel like there are so many apps that show how fake we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like Instagram is so fake, let's be honest.
So fake.
Because
So fake.
people don't post the day they took the picture. They wait like a couple weeks and they're like, photo dump. And like, it's like,
like on their spam.
yeah. Or
superficial.
like the app Be Real. Like that's a new app, right? And it tells people to be real. Once the notification pops up, like what if you're on the toilet, right? You don't want people to see that, but that's being real. If you take a picture of that and it's a picture of you, because like, it's like the front camera and the back camera, it shows what you're looking at and then you. But if like you're on the toilet, you don't want people to see that, right?
Yeah.
But like that's the whole point. The whole point is to be real. I caught myself doing this. Nicole and I went to a concert for the weekend, right? And Be Real came up like 10 hours before the concert. And I was like, no way. What I'm doing right now is so boring. Why would I post that? And so I waited till the concert and was like, stop the picture, and then I made them get in the selfie with me. But that defeats the entire purpose of the app. Like that's the whole thing with social media. It's just so fake. Even if it tells you to be real, no one knows how to be real or be transparent.
I want to know, what are you guys' favorite social media platforms?
Snapchat right now.
Snap.
Snapchat, okay.
Snap.
Actually, no, that makes me depressed. Snapchat makes me so depressed.
Why?
Because, never mind. I won't say.
Why?
No, just go.
No, be real.
No.
I don't know. I want to say Snapchat, but like you said, kind of sounds depressing. But honestly, I'd go with Instagram. That probably. But I don't really have a favorite, but I would go with Instagram.
Yeah. Mine's also Instagram. I don't use Snapchat. I mean, I use it for memories. That's my favorite feature on that. Other than that, I think Instagram's my, favorite.
Mine's Snapchat because I just like taking videos, like random videos, and then saving them to my memory, even though I could just do it with like camera.
But let's be honest, like
nobody wants to go to
do the camera roll.
Yeah, no.
It's true.
What about you, Carla?
Well, I look at my camera roll. I don't do the Snapchat thing, but I really like Instagram because I love watching reels. Only because I don't have TikTok. I'm not allowed to have TikTok, so that's good.
That's good.
Wait, I love
Someone
TikTok. I'm always
TikTok's
on
good too.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally what she said. I usually use Instagram a lot But in the past year or so, I've been using TikTok a lot.
Oh,
Like just in the matter of like, oh yeah, let me watch the video for like 30 minutes, and then
You're
it takes
right.
like 7 hours of my day.
No, that is so
For
true.
real, yeah.
Like, I'll go to my room after school. I'm just eating like ice cream. I'm just gonna watch
TikTok.
until I'm
Yeah.
done. I will finish my ice cream. I'll have my steak, my popsicle steak, and I'll just keep going. And I'm like, I should stop.
Oh yeah.
Next one. Like, it takes up your time. It basically consumes you.
Yes.
And I saw this video, and it said TikTok in China, the videos. Some guy was saying, conspiracy. I don't know if it's true, but he was like, they get the actual productive videos that get young people to be into things that actually matter in society, and then all the junk is like over
To
here.
America?
So we get
Wow.
Wow.
so we get all like the
Whoa.
the
I didn't
videos
know.
of like people
The
slipping
interesting
and
That's-
No,
falling.
but at the same time, like, you see TikToks and they're like stuff you have never
Seen,
known,
exactly.
seen
Yeah.
or known.
That's
It's like
true.
TikTok can be educational as long as you use it to your
That-
advantage. I don't know
Yeah.
because obviously there are really dumb TikToks that
Yeah.
you see and they're like, what is this? It's like someone slipping on like a croissant or something. Like I don't know.
Or like a
But
dog.
yeah, or like something really random. But I don't know. I've seen videos where they're like, where I'm just like, oh, I didn't even know that.
Hello.
That is
I didn't
true.
know that.
I feel like I learned a lot from TikTok. Like I feel like I learned more
me
from
too.
TikTok than school for some reason. I don't know why.
All the
sorry.
teachers listening.
Don't quote me.
But like also TikTok can show you a lot, not just what's in front of you, but also what's behind. So that's why I think TikTok can be, because sometimes I'm scrolling, I'm like, okay, I did not know that. But yeah,
I watched another video on TikTok. This time, it was this guy explaining that there's this girl, she was talking about how she went on some date with some guy, and she was like, let's meet at like something cafe. And he was like, no, let's meet in this one. And they're like 2 hours away. And so she went to the one he said, but he went to the one she said.
Oh.
And so she was really mad because she doesn't even know the person. It was like a first date thing. And the guy who stitched it was like, this video like the whole story was made up. I watched the video before I knew it was made up, and I was into the story. And then I find out what he said. This is what he said. Imagine if on this app people do that and get 1 something million likes and follows and views and stuff like that. Like, imagine what ads are doing these days. People just deceive us like that, and we just eat it up because we're so used to consuming information from social media. And then now we sit and then we just consume. Like, that's what our generation is doing. And there's not that many people I know of who are into actually finding out the truth and spreading out the truth. A lot of people just want money and fame. But something I do love is that social media is also a really huge opportunity to do things you never would have imagined. It's
true.
opened doors for so many people. It's brought a lot of information to light. It's helped with a lot of activism. There's a lot of good things it's done, but it's also destroyed a lot of things. So knowing the balance is also an issue with us, because it's like we're living in 2 different worlds. There's the social media world, and then there's the actual lives we live in. And sometimes it gets hard balancing. But something I do enjoy is being able to show your passions through the internet. There's this girl, she just does films, and they're really good quality. And you wouldn't really be able to showcase your talents like that if we didn't have these platforms available. I have a question for you guys. Would you guys drop all social media for the rest of your life
yes.
if you're asked to?
If
If everyone else is still doing it.
But like, were you
But
like
just
paid
you.
to like?
or is this just
Oh, so it's all about the money.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
or is this out of your own
Because like
will?
low-key,
Yeah.
it kind of is just entertaining.
Is it like
to
out of your own will or someone making you do it?
Yeah,
I'd say
like
$1.
$1.
A
Pay
dollar?
$1.
I'd say no.
Do you think it would benefit you more to lose social media, even if it's just for $1? Is
It
your
would
life?
benefit me.
I don't know how to explain it,
Yeah.
because I think it eats up so much of our time in our life.
Yeah.
We could have lived so much more if we didn't have these screens than we do now.
No, I think the age that we're in right now, people have the mindset of, yeah, this is the social media age, and everyone's trying so hard to change us as that age in social media, but I don't know, because I don't think I would personally, because I like to post my adventures. I like people to see what I'm doing, not for the attention, but more that like I want to showcase what I'm doing. Obviously, yes, it does take up my time, like to video stuff, but it takes like 10 seconds. No, okay, that sounds really bad because it makes me sound like I'm addicted to social media, when in reality it's just like people are trying, mainly, I don't know, at least I've only gotten it from adults, but like mainly adults have been trying to change our age to go back to how they lived. But time progresses, things change, and at that point you just kind of change with time. You don't go back in time and stop everything and drop everything, because that's not easy, and to most people it's impossible. Like, I don't know, I know that if someone asked me to drop all of my social medias, I'd be like,
Are you joking?
Would you?
like
are you joking?
I would drop my
Yeah.
social medias
Yeah.
for like for a little bit, but it wouldn't be for like my entire life, because I know that I grew up with social media. Bruh, I was an iPad kid. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
No.
I had a little iPad mini. I cracked it. I was one of those kids with my friends in the back of my class in 3rd grade playing Minecraft. Okay,
You're
Like-
like
respect.
showing them.
but yeah.
Look at my house.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we had our little worlds, our little villages and stuff. And honestly, like, that's just hard to give up, because that was most of our childhood. Most of our childhood was that. So asking to give up that, like, if I had a huge reason to, I probably would, because I know that it's not good for me, and I know that it takes away from my time with God. But
that's a big one.
yeah, but at the same time, like, if you know how to balance it, then I think like you should be good.
Do you guys have tips for balancing your social media life with your life? At this point, I feel like we need lessons,
Yeah.
like a whole
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
I think like we should really learn to more live in the moment, because I've noticed that like when things happen at our school, everybody pulls out their phone and everybody posts it, and everybody's doing the same thing, and everybody's like, if you follow everyone from the school, you'll see everyone posting the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And so it just shows that a lot of us just get stuck with recording and like filming and like trying to be trendy or something.
It's very unoriginal. It's like literally you'll go on your Snapchat, it's just like the same like little
the rice.
yeah. I'm just like, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, although I feel like it's unhealthy to use social media, as Melody said, in our age, even if we try not to,
Yeah.
it's something that we go for
It's
it
like a
without thinking
lifestyle?
about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
more like a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
I like that, a lifestyle. Because even when we go into the real world, we're going to have to use social media
Yeah,
for work
sure.
and stuff like that. So in the end, at this point, we kind of need it, you'll say.
Yeah.
It's a way to
Kinda
like
need
keep up.
Yeah.
On
That's
with
true,
everything.
because when we get out of high school, like some of us don't even have like each other's numbers, which is
Exactly.
really sad. We have
It's
each other's like
true.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Snapchat,
Yeah.
but we don't have each
Like,
other's
you've known each other
numbers.
for-
Because we depend on our social medias to connect with someone. People rarely call nowadays. Like, people are just like, oh, like, I'll just see what this person is doing on their story, or like their Instagram posts. Like, no one ever just calls up someone and is like, hey, how are you doing? Personally, I take the time to do it. I'm just kidding.
I'll literally be laying in bed. FaceTime from
Because like I feel like we should also understand that social media can just be shut down by anyone, like the creators, by people who decide to go on strike or something. Like, that's just a reality. And so what are you going to have after social media is what we should be thinking about. Real life is a thing. I think we're just so caught up in social media that we don't take the time to know people outside social media, so we think that social media is their only persona, when in reality there's so much more to them than a pretty face or a really aesthetic feed, or aesthetic meaning like nice looking.
Why'd you go like this?
I was looking at the mic because like just in case for the listeners who don't understand like what
Aesthetic
Yeah.
is.
but yeah.
Do you ever like wish like Jesus came in our time instead of back then? Or do you
Yes.
think it was convenient for him to come like when he came?
Okay, that's a good
I
question.
would- Well, sometimes like it would be cool if he was just like
Yeah.
here to like see what he would post. Like
Did it on
like,
Twitter?
me and my
Me and the disciples.
disciples having dinner.
I'm gonna have a meet and greet on the Mount Sinai today. Come on. Sermon on the mountain.
Not the meeting. I'll be signing autographs.
Because technically Jesus was famous, right? So if he was in our time, he'd be like
For good and bad.
huge
reasons.
things.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
I'm the
he'd be
Messiah,
huge.
AMA.
Yeah.
Even social media has made it so that everyone has kind of their own truth, kind of how what we're saying in Bible. People are like, okay, that's their opinion, and
Mhm.
I have to respect that. And people would probably listen to Jesus and be like, okay, cool. Like,
I don't think he would have as many followers. though,
Melanie?
yeah. Go ahead. This is.
No, okay, this is so like it's weird because people believed easily, a little more easier. As for this time, everyone's a skeptic. Like it's crazy. If you tell someone that you went to the beach and you didn't show them a picture, they'll be like, nah, you didn't go to the beach. You weren't there.
Really?
You weren't there, right? But like,
Yeah.
and if Jesus were to say, "I'm the Messiah," people are gonna be like, "Prove it. Send me a picture from heaven."
And they'd be like, they'd just be like, "I know."
Like faith now is so weird
Yeah,
because
that is true.
no one believes in anything unless they can see it. I feel like back then in biblical times, people were like,
Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay.
respect.
like Jesus is right in front of me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there were people like Pharisees and like
Yeah.
all that stuff who were just all those people that were like,
Nah.
like,
Excuse
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like what we're learning in Bible class right now. Like some Jews still don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and they're still waiting for the Messiah,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And like, I don't know. I'm not calling Jews out because I think Jews are cool and whatever. But like, I'm just saying this day and age it would be harder to convince people that Jesus was. So if Jesus were to come down right now and be like, "Hey, I'm Jesus," out of all of you, who would actually believe him? Because people say that on the street all the time, so it's so hard to
Yeah.
believe anyone.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because
And-
didn't it happen? Like somebody was like, Jesus is coming tomorrow
I'm
at
pretty
like
sure it happened
11, and
multiple
and
times.
people like actually went to go sell their houses.
No,
and stuff.
literally.
Like,
Yeah.
huh,
People
that
are-
actually
nowadays they'd be like,
happened.
"Aye, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, right."
Yeah, like I remember back in Bible times, or not. Wait, what am I saying? Not back in Bible times. Back in 2012.
Yeah.
2012. I was like 8 or 7
Yeah.
or 8 or something, and like, oh, people on this podcast who are listening, they're like, oh, she said that. Whatever. But back in 2012, I was walking in LA with my parents, and this lady comes with the sign saying the world's ending.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
The world's literally ending. But handing out papers, and we're like, you're handing out papers? Like, if the world's ending, wouldn't this be like a bigger
The
thing,
world
right?
is ending,
My parents were
yeah.
like, nah, Melody, don't believe that. That's so weird, right? But like, now, imagine if Jesus came to you right now. Would you believe him? Him telling you, saying like, I'm Jesus. How long would it take for you to believe him? This day and age, it's like, nah,
Is there,
you're
like,
not
how-
Jesus. Like,
how would-
how
like
would we
no
know,
way
though?
Jesus would come during this time, right?
Yeah.
What if he just came for fun? Like he was, he
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
I'm Jesus. Like,
Yeah, you
I'm-
know what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
you know
is-
what? Let me just take a little trip.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
At least know
No,
what they're
let's be
doing.
honest. No one would believe him. Everyone would call him crazy, and that's what most people did in the Bible. And I think that's so hard for us, because now we see it and we see scripture, and we're like, oh, why didn't they believe
Yeah.
Jesus? Like it should have been so easy. But it's because we're in the future for them. So it's like obviously we know. We're
Yeah.
reading the Bible. That's our
Yeah.
proof. But to them it was like,
It was the present.
it was present.
Exactly.
It's
And
like happening.
yeah, it was happening, and like Jesus was right there in front of them, and they still didn't believe. And who knows if Jesus were to come down now and see our world? It's probably I don't know if it would be more sinful than. Actually, I feel like it is. I feel like it is more
This is a
sinful.
scary-
But obviously,
yeah.
he did promise us like there would be no flood again.
What do you guys think about how people post Jesus or God or the Bible these days?
Literally like two
The-
different ways.
the
It's
virus.
like you either like are joking about it
Yeah.
and like which is really bad, but like I know some people that are just like me and God, you know, like they'll post stuff like that. Or like and then the other one is like they actually believe in God and they'll put it in their bio like loving Christian 2023
Or
or
God
something.
first.
Yeah, or God
God
first or
first.
something like that. And I'm just like, okay.
Sometimes I feel like it's very hard for us, especially people our age, to post God and not be like, extra
Yeah.
scared, because I feel like it's a really touchy subject for
Sure.
a lot of people. I remember when I first posted about God, I was scared. I was looking like, what am I doing? Because the judgment goes to your spiritual life. It's not like someone's attacking how you look. It's like your relationship with God. And then you feel it a lot deeper than it would if someone was like, oh, like your hair is weird.
I don't know, what I find annoying sometimes about social media is that, you know, those posts where it's like, if you scroll, you hate Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Like-
if you don't repost,
If you don't repost this,
you don't
you're
love
going to
Jesus.
hell.
Yeah.
Like-
and then like I can
Yeah.
see who views this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
those little squares on Instagram. Like,
And
no.
it's like it's not it's not, I'm just gonna continue.
It's literally.
Those are dumb because it makes people actually fear. And the
Yeah.
only reason why people post them is out of fear. Because some people are like,
Yeah.
oh, I need to post this,
Yeah.
or else I'm gonna go down there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that should not be a thing. Like, Jesus wants us to come to him because we want to,
Yeah.
not because we're forced
We're
to, not
forced.
because a post told us to, and not because a post told us to post a
Like,
a post,
Yeah.
right? That was not Jesus' intention. Jesus' intention is come to me. I don't know. I'm just quoting a verse. Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest. Right?
Yeah.
Like Jesus wants anyone and everyone who will go to him willingly.
Yeah.
So I feel like social media has such an impact on how people see God, because it's like crazy how people will just also make fun of you if you believe in God.
True.
You're right.
But God did say like there are going to be like
I guess it's like our form of persecution.
yeah.
True.
Not necessarily, but like it's how we receive that. Because problems these days might not be like, as intense as they were like in the past. Because then they were like beaten, thrown into prison and all these things. But for us, our issues, our problems to us are huge. Your issues and mine could be so different, but yours are huge to you and mine are huge to me. This is why we can't even compare burdens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To end this, I want to ask you guys, what would you do? We'll just go around. We'll start with there. What do you think you're going to do like this week or sometime to share like love or to share God or something positive on social media? Because I think we all have like Instagram, Snap, you know,
Oh my
like
goodness, this
how are you
is
going to
so
share love with someone? Because I think the point of this is also serving others. Like we talk about all these topics, but in the end, what are we actually going to do about it?
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
Well, I feel like even the do part in social media type of thing is more like not about what you're doing, but more about what you're showcasing.
Mm.
So perhaps not definitely showing something that you are actually doing, but showing to others how to do it.
Yeah.
So probably teaching, maybe, in some type of
You
way.
want to teach?
Yes.
Like Jesus.
Perhaps. If that's the case.
Maybe post like a memory or something. I don't
Post a
know.
That's
memory
good.
verse.
Memory
Yeah.
verse. That's good.
Yeah.
What about you, Carla?
Well, I just thought of this, and it seems kind of shallow, but like, you ever see like those appreciation posts for people?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think those are really nice, and if they
Yeah.
like are like heartfelt, you know, I can be like, I can just put a picture of some celebrity and be like, I love you. Like, no, I mean, like, if I were to post like Melody and like post a picture of her looking weird and be like, I love Melody because she brightens up my day and she showed me God through this and this and this. I've seen that done before, and that definitely made me realize how those little posts can really influence like how we see the rest of our day and how we see God.
Yeah. Like
And yeah.
one time I found your spam. I mean, you have a lot.
You're 15.
But I saw a picture of me at the baseball game. I was just like looking. And I felt so happy because you were like Tiffy thick and I don't know. But it's just like little things make me feel like people actually see me and they recognize
Yeah.
my presence. You know, it's
Yeah.
really good to know that people know that you exist
Mhm.
and they recognize and like, they love you. So that's one thing. I guess. Yeah, we love you, Melody.
We love Melody.
The obsession. I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess like personally, I have like a spam where I don't let anyone except the people closest to me. So right now it's like 2 people. It's like Anna and my sister. And it used to be more, but slowly I just like remove people because I feel the distance in real life. So I can't let me pretending that we're friends on social media because even like close friends, a lot of people aren't close.
Yeah.
But for me, that spam is where I can be real with myself and with the people that I feel very comfortable with. So I think letting people into that and then showing them love through that. showing the people close to me, kind of like what you were saying. I think that's something I can do. And also like commenting on people's posts, being like, you look so pretty. Genuine comments, because these days it's like heart eyes, like a million heart eyes.
Or like, yeah.
Like the kissy face.
You're so gorgeous.
Or something big. Like, I hate when
Yeah.
people are like, I don't like this person in real life, and then they go and like
And
you'll
they
see them in their
post,
comment
yeah.
section.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just
Like,
Yeah.
like,
so
why
fine.
do that?
Come
Like,
on.
why don't you just
Yeah.
do the same thing you feel?
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, obviously, you're not gonna go on their post and be like, "Oh, you're
Oh,
so
I mean,
ugly."
well,
Like,
no, but like
Thanks.
still,
But
just
just like
don't
don't do
comment.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't comment. Just like it and keep going with
Yeah.
like.
Giraldi, what would you do?
What
do you
would
think
I
you can
do? Okay, let me think. Over social media,
Yeah.
honestly, I'd give even if it's like very simple, just like what Brian said about teaching, like simple like words of encouragement of how like how to show God's love. You know those posts where it's just like, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's just a white background. It's just like has like simple lettering that's just like
Yeah.
trusting God or this and that.
Yeah.
Even that
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
That
Yes.
works. Like
Yeah.
trusting God or like no matter what he'll never give up on you or something like that. I don't even know.
and even if people do skip out on those, because I know people be scrolling and like skipping and everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's always
Yeah.
one or two people that genuinely are reached.
Yeah.
So whatever you can do it. Especially in this day and age, everyone's on their phones, so might as well put on
Yeah.
something that's positive and that shows God in a simple manner, and that doesn't like bombard them with Jesus.
Yeah.
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 That's what I was.
It's kind of just like
Yeah.
there, especially on Instagram, I'm pretty sure everyone has Instagram, so I bet like, so that's where I mostly put it. So I bet like everyone would go on there, look at my story, and kind of just like, oh, okay,
I like when I go and see my friends posting about God. I just feel like I'm more comfortable with myself to post. Like, it boosts your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you, Tiffany, for having us.
Thank you guys for watching,
Blessed.
listening.
Oh, are we waving or thumbsing?
Sorry, I was just waving.
Sorry, Roman.
We will see you guys next episode. Please be listening. Please be watching. Thank you so much. This has been We're Genetics with Brian. I almost forgot. Brian, Carla, Nicole, Giraldi, Melody. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Sierra. She was
And
here earlier.
shout out to
Sierra.
Pastor Taylor.
Yeah.